Alrighty, there we are. All set. Thing looking good. Good. So we're gonna try to go down the Kyou route this time. And from that, we actually need to load the save from the very beginning. From a time when we before decided to ignore Ryo in a certain context. And we made her sad. And we ignored her. Now we're gonna apologize. Okay, so I'm sorry, I went a bit too far.
出過ぎたことを言った私が悪いですからすみません。
おい岡崎、委員長泣かすなよ。姉貴が飛んでくるぞ。
大丈夫です。泣いてませんから。
You can't say that when you are on the verge of tears. In any case, since no tears have actually come out, let's just say she isn't crying. Well, I'll consider it.
はい。でも、できれば遅刻しないようにしてください。
Hey, Beatrice, how are you? Oh yeah, I think she was commenting on us being late all the time, so... Initially we ignored her and we made her sad, and now we apologized. With that, Fujibayashi takes out a deck of cards from her shirt pocket. Then gently but clumsily, she begins to shuffle the deck. And the cards scatter splendidly across the floor. She always does that. Flustered, she picks them up off the ground and starts shuffling again. She manages to do it this time. Fujibayashi clumsily fans the cards out and holds them out toward me. Eh? What's this?
どうぞ。
Should I pick one?
3枚選んでください。
I have no clue what's going on. Is she trying to show me some sort of card trick? In any case, I take 3 cards.
見せてください。
Here. She stares at the 3 cards I had chosen.
岡崎くん。
Oh no. Is she trying to pick a fight? Hey, didn't you just tell me to come on time? What's this about?
学校に来る途中、横断歩道を渡れなくて困っているおばあさんがいて、手を貸してあげていたら遅刻してしまいます。でも、たくさん感謝されて、お小遣いとかもらえます。
Wait a second, why is your fortune so detailed? I wouldn't believe that if you were using tarot... Sorry, I would... So I wouldn't believe that if you were using tarot cards, much less playing cards. How can you possibly tell all that would happen with just numbers and suits?
乙女のインスピレーションです。
Her sixth sense is in full force, huh? On top of that, she's pretty confident about it. Could it be that you actually don't want me to come to school?
そんなことないです。ただ、占いでそう出ただけなので。
Okay then, I absolutely won't be late tomorrow. Even if I come across an old lady in trouble at the crosswalk, I'll pretend I don't see her.
それは良くないと思います。困っている人は助けてあげないとダメだと思うんです。
No, I'll abandon her.
でも。
There, the bell's ringing. Go back to your seat.
はい。
Upon me saying so, Fujibayashi heads for her seat with her shoulders drooped. Sheesh, she's making me feel depressed.
占い、あまり気にしないでください。
She says, and trots to her seat. Maybe she's really trying to pick a fight after all. Having been told such a weird fortune, I am feeling kind of blue. Okay, so now we skip. It's gonna be a lot of skipping. And let's see, we're still on April 15th. We're gonna make the same choices we did for the basketball route, so we're gonna skip the class. We're gonna eat. Go down to the courtyard. Sorry that it's a lot of skipping since we have to start from the very beginning. There we are. Keep talking to Nagisa. Watch how things turn out. I'm interested. I feel concerned. And we talk to Misai-san. There we go. Alright, so April 16th. The warm spring sunlight shines down on me. Is there gonna be something special because of the fortune? A refreshing breeze blows past. I have plenty of leeway to make it to school on time. If I keep walking at this pace, there's no way I'll be late. It's not that I believe Fujibayashi's fortune from yesterday. However, just to be safe, I am walking to school earlier than usual. But then again, to other students this might already count as being a bit late. There aren't that many people wearing school uniforms along this road anymore. In any case, it's still early enough for me to get to school on time. Now, according to Fujibayashi's fortune, there should be an old lady having trouble crossing the street, and I'll be late if I were to help her. To begin with, there isn't an old lady at the crosswalk. I glanced just beyond the white lines painted like a ladder on the asphalt. I don't like this. Where I am looking, there's an old lady holding onto a utility pole with her hips stooped. She keeps glancing left and right. No matter how I look at it, something is wrong. All the other students feign ignorance and simply walk past her. And our eyes meet. Perhaps it's just me, but it feels like she's staring at me. It almost feels like she's silently saying, "You can't even lend a helping hand when others are in trouble?" Kyou is so hard to get without a guide. The choices of her route are tricky. Alright, yeah, no, I'm gonna be fine, I hope. If I give in to those eyes, will Fujibayashi's fortune come true? Talk to the old lady, just keep walking. We talk to the old lady. I would say so. There's no indication for this, so I'm gonna talk to the old lady. Maybe I should have saved there, I don't know. I would really love to pretend I didn't see her, but I can't just leave her be when she's looking at me like that. I guess I am more of a busybody than I thought. I let out a sigh and walked to the crosswalk. Hey man! She suddenly screams at me. You're trying to cross the street, aren't you? She keeps yelling at me as she steps backward. Like I was saying, are you... Say something that makes sense. Fine, you old hag. Oh my god, no. How are they jumping to that conclusion? Well, that's strange. For once I'm trying to do something nice and everyone here is vilifying me for it. As my attention shifts to the rubberneckers, the old lady suddenly moves. She takes a step back, straightens her bent back, and quickly reaches for the ground. Right where her foot was, there's something shining. A 500 yen coin? In the blink of an eye, she snatches it off the ground and runs off at a speed that would put your younger people to shame. Hey, don't tell me she was looking around because she was waiting to pick up the 500 yen coin. And did she yell at me so that I wouldn't take her 500 yen? How are they jumping to the conclusion of being beaten to death? Like, what the fuck is up with these people? Oh my god, what the hell are you staring at, huh? The onlookers scramble away like baby spiders. Jeez, what's with this morning? I'll be thanked and get some money for my trouble? Fujibayashi's fortune was a sham. Well, I'm an idiot for believing it for even a second. It's been a while since I've attended homeroom. I say attended, but all I really did was sit there in the classroom. I don't remember a thing the teacher said. The bell rings and ends homeroom. The homeroom teacher walks out of the room. It's now the short recess before first period. Rather than preparing for the lesson, I space out.
あの
Hmm?
あ
Fujibayashi looks at me with her timid-looking eyes.
その今日は遅刻しませんでした。
Yeah, your fortune was off.
はいよかったです。
Thank goodness, shouldn't you be disappointed?
そんなことはないです。
But your fortune was off.
外れた方がいい占いもあった方がいいと思います。
Huh, is that so?
ちゃんと遅刻しないで学校に来る方がいいと思いますから。
Having said so, Fujibayashi pulls her deck of cards out of her pocket again. Is she gonna drop them again? Looks like she's telling my fortune once again. There she goes. And they fall all over the floor again. However, unlike yesterday, she does not immediately pick up the cards. She stares at them on the floor.
岡崎くん、明日いいことがあります。
What?
あと、素敵な出会いとかです。
Hold on, you're telling me that just by looking at the cards on the floor?
はい。
I didn't even get to pick any cards this time.
こういう占いなんだと思います。
What do you mean you think? Besides, didn't you go when you dropped the cards?
あれは、秘密の呪文です。
Yeah, right, some secret chant that was. Well, fine. So, what is my fortune?
熱い衝撃です。
Intense impact. Oof, the hell is that?
身も心もリフレッシュできて、怪我のない安全な一日を過ごせるようです。
I don't get it.
占いですから。
A maiden's intuition again?
そうです。
So, what's that lovely encounter about?
はい。そこのカード。
Fujibayashi points at a single card. It's the Queen of Spades.
とても優しい女性と出会います。
Gentle?
はい。優しい人です。スペードは剣を意味しますので、つまり騎士のような人で守ってくれる人ということなんです。なのできっと優しい人です。
What if it's like all twisted and it's Kyou and she's gonna just smack him or something like that? A sword. If I had to choose, I'd say that means aggressive. Wouldn't that make her a dangerous person instead? There we go. Will today's fortune come true?
占いですから。
That sure is a vague response. I'm tired. It's been a long time since I've attended first period. And just like homeroom, I don't remember a single thing that was said. On top of that, I feel terrible as everything is putting me to sleep. Should I sleep through second period, or should I just leave the classroom and ditch? Oh, there's Kyou. Just as I was zoning out, I hear a familiar voice from above my head. This voice is... Kyou? I see a familiar face. It's Ryo Fujibayashi's twin sister, Kyou Fujibayashi. Even though I'm branded as a delinquent, she's one of the few students who doesn't mind talking to me. She's part of another class. Why are you here? She shows me what seems to be a lunchbox wrapped in a napkin with a floral pattern. You giving me that? That's true. I would find it perplexing if she suddenly gave me one for no reason. Rather, it will make me wonder if she had poisoned it. I have the feeling I'm gonna have a lot of fun on this route. It's just your imagination. As Fujibayashi walks towards us, Kyou swings the lunchbox she's holding in her hand. Why are you handing it to her now of all times? Like, the two of you live together. Why are you handing her the lunchbox now? Don't you two come to school together?
お姉ちゃん、今日少し寝坊したから。
Wake her up.
そのギリギリまで起こしていたんですけ
For
ど。
real.
その自慢じゃないけど寝起きはめちゃくちゃ悪いのよね。
Does she throw a fit?
半目を保って無言のまま動かないんです。
That's creepy. Huh? But you weren't late now, were you?
はい。時間が厳しい時はバスを使いますから。
Oh, so you two took different buses?
私バス嫌い。
So only you were late, huh?
まさかちゃんと間に合ってるわよ。
She sprinted all the way to school. Try pressing for details, don't worry about it. Okay, okay, this is the first choice that's specific to this. Let me just save it here for the heck of it. And we're gonna try pressing for details. Did you run?
まあそんなとこかしらね。ちょっとだけすっごいスピードだけど。
Fast.
お姉ちゃん、ひょっとしてあれで？
あれ？
りょう、それは内緒よ。
I want to know.
でも控えた方がいいよ。昨日も人を跳ねたばっかりだし。
Hit someone? Was she using a bike or what?
それはもっと内緒。
It kind of feels like she just inadvertently said something pretty scary. Are you hiding something?
別に女の子の秘密をあれこれ探るなんて趣味悪いわよ。
A girl's secrets.
それよ
She
り
says.
あんたの方こそ何なのよ。
What do you
なん
mean?
でいいの？
That's awfully rude.
あ、ちょっとはしょりすぎたかな。
Teleportation device, yeah, definitely. She teleported in the wrong spot and bumped into people. Oh.
なんでこんな時間に教室にいんの？
I got here on time. What else?
ふーん、
She froze.
嘘でしょ。
Is it that rare for me to be here on time?
珍しいっていうか UFO 見る方が確率高いんじゃない？
Oh, guess my presence transcends even supernatural phenomena.
ひょっとして昨日の放課後からずっと学校にいたとか？そう
Like the hell I did.
じゃあ実はあんた偽物でしょ。岡崎くんじゃないんですか？
Where's the real one then? I let out a sigh and glanced at the sky. I fought my fate today. Kyou looks a little worried and places her hand on my forehead. I don't have a fever. Don't give me that pitying look. Don't mock me!
どうしろってのよ。
Wouldn't you normally ask what fate?
もしかして占いのことでしょうか？
Yeah, that's right.
ひょっとして寮に占いしてもらったの？
Yeah. After my response, Kyou looks at me with a weird expression on her face. What's with that look?
別に。
Bitsy.
朝にも占ったの。なんて出た？あれ？
Jeez, Kyou, your sister is such a bird brain. Ouch.
なんか言った？
Didn't you hit me because you heard me?
思い出しました。
The
優しい
encounter.
女の人と
Yeah.
熱い衝撃の出会いがあるんです。身も心もリフレッシュできます。
Yep, that's it. Again, why are you looking at me like that? As she takes a breath, Kyou shakes her head and lays her hand on my shoulder. She then nods. Her eyes conceal a hint of pity.
頑張りなさいよ。
Hey, Kevin! Hi! Hope you're doing well. Hope things are alright. You should be on holiday, I suppose. So, enjoy that and thank you for passing by to say hi. What's that supposed to
ど
mean?
ういう意味でしょう？
Fujibayashi and I were left to puzzle over this mystery during the short time before the next bell. Second period begins. I drift off, lost in my own thoughts as the teacher drones on in the background. I'm wondering if I've read this before. I don't have a skip. So let's see what this is about. I think of that girl from yesterday, my own past. Oh, I remember this. No? Or not? April 16th. No, I haven't had this choice before. Maybe, I don't know. That girl from yesterday, my own past. I don't know what to pick. Can we pick my own past? That would be interesting. My own past. I can't recall stuff from a long time ago. And the more recent things that I can, well, I'd rather not remember at all. Those memories are all stained with disappointment. I continue resting my chin on my hand, still looking out the window. I stay like this until class ends. Can we skip now? Yes, we can skip now. Okay, April 16th still, we go with Sunohara. We meet Tomoyo. She smacks Sunohara. Morning classes finally come to an end. How do these guys manage to sit through 4 hours of class every morning? I was only able to stomach it because it was the first time in a while I had made it to school in time for the first period. I guess I'll go eat lunch. The cafeteria is as crowded as ever today. I notice a girl standing quietly by the entrance of the cafeteria. She's completely still, waiting for the chaos to subside. If you just stand there, all that'll be left is Anpan. Haven't we done this? Yeah, that's probably Nagisa. I approach her, but why can't I skip it since I've done it? I don't know. Despite standing right in front of her, she doesn't notice me. It's as though she could never imagine meeting an acquaintance in a place like this. Hey. She takes several steps back in surprise.
Okazaki-san. Okazaki-sanもいらしたんですね。
Yeah.
パンですか?
Yeah.
そうですか。パンとてもいいと思います。
What about you?
私ですか?
It somehow feels like she's forcing herself to act cheerful. Like she wants to show off her good side, even to someone like me.
私は今日はアンパン以外のものを買ってみようかと思ったんですが。
She looks at the crowd of
やっ
students.
ぱり無理みたいです。
Did you even try to get one?
はい、一番早く教室を出ました。でも、授業が終わるのが
Yeah, I
遅かった
remember this. We
の
had
で
this conversation. Her mentioning that she was the first one to leave, but the class was late, so she's
すで
late.
にこんな状況。
I mean, we're not doing Nagisa, so let's just, like, skip through this.
はい。どうしましたか? それだとアンパンしか残らないです。
Yeah, so now we can skip it.
代わりに私が買ってきます。アンパンは
Ah, I just so happened to not be late today, but I'm pretty sleepy now because of it. I let out a yawn.
本当ですか?
Yeah, just last night I didn't get home until 4 in the
タバコ
morning.
とか吸ってるんですか?
No, I'm one of those non-smoker hoodlums.
ならよかったです。私、タバコの煙ダメですから。
Okay, so I guess that was just like a little detail in their conversation, him mentioning that he came early to school today and that he was sleeping because of that, but otherwise... Sorry, I couldn't get one.
いえ、わがまま言ってるわけじゃなく、いつか食べられたらいいなということ。
Yeah, we've read
私
this. Can we? Thank you.
演劇部をまた作りたいです。
Okay, good. And make her do it alone, right? Because we're not interested in Nagisa at the moment. Okay, fine, now it's properly skipping. Sunohara gets smacked some more. Interesting. Okay, now it's the next day, 17th. I walk down the usual path all alone. There is nobody wearing the same uniform as me around. Well, of course, first period has already started after all. I see this road empty more frequently than I see it filled with students wearing school uniforms. Maybe I should just ditch and hang somewhere. I'll just be sleeping anyway if I go to school. Even so, since I'm wearing a uniform, I can't really go anywhere public. There's a room in the distance, okay. Going to Sonohara's room to kill time wouldn't be a bad choice. The room is getting bigger because like the font is getting larger. But hey, if I sleep in class, at least I'll be counted as present. Okay. Suddenly something hits me in the back, and it was a very intense impact at that. For an instant I can't breathe and my eyes flicker. My back feels like it is on fire. I turn around as I reach behind me to hold my back, and there stands.
Ah, gome!
So it's not just a bike, it's a motorcycle? Or a scooter or something? I don't know how to distinguish between these. You don't tell me you hit me with that.
実はまだ全然運転慣れてなくってさ、免許も先週取ったばっかりなのよね。もちろん一発合格。でもって新車なのよ、新車。どう？かっこいいでしょ。
Apologize sincerely before you start boasting.
ちゃんとごめんって言ったでしょ。
You call that being sincere? Show your sincerity in a more tangible way. Go look up the word reparation in the dictionary.
何言ってんのよ。ぼーっと道の真ん中歩いてるあんたが悪いんでしょ。
I'm a vulnerable pedestrian. You're going to get your license suspended for hurting someone.
ブツブツとうるさいわね。弱者だってんなら弱者らしく道の隅っこ歩きなさいよ。強いもんに喧嘩売って負けたからって被害者面？人間小さいわね。
Hang on a minute. Why do I need to stand here and listen to her giving me crap? I wasn't trying to fight a bike. Hell, she rammed into me from behind. I am 100% the victim here.
何よ。
Okay. I'll call the cops and tell them there's been an accident here. No matter the reason, you are definitely getting your license revoked. Have fun spending all day listening to some boring lecture at traffic
そ
school.
んなことしたら引き殺すわよ。
Roadkill. Her eyes aren't laughing. I'm just kidding.
私は本気だったけど。
I bet. By the way, what are you doing here this late? Besides, isn't it against school rules to come by motorbike?
こんな時間だからバイクで来たんじゃない。人目は少ないし、急がなきゃいけないし、楽だし。
Well, you're still late. No matter how fast you go, it doesn't matter in the end, right?
そんな怠惰的な考えしてちゃ人生腐るわよ。
Doesn't riding a bike to school, because it's a breeze, make you a sloth too?
乗り物は人類の英知の結晶よ。文明の要。活用して初めて意味を持つものでしょ。
What terrible reasoning. Then at least give me a ride to
こ
school.
れ一人乗りだから。
If I squeeze in, there will be room for two.
何？ひょっとしてあんた私に抱きつきたいの？
Are you saying it's okay to?
お昼ご飯はおかゆしか食べれなくなってもいいんならね。あ、顎を砕くって意味だから。
I don't need you to spell it out for me.
さてと、じゃあ私行くからね。
Yeah, okay. I walk to the back of Kyou's bike and sit on the rear wing. Go. Her helmet mercilessly hits my jaw. That hurts.
どこ座ってんのよ。ウイング割れちゃったらあんたの鼻潰すわよ。
Didn't you say it's okay as long as I don't hug
だっ
you?
たらシートに座って万歳しなさいよ。
Banzai. I'll get thrown off the bike.
そんなスピード出さないわよ。
Then give me more room on the
た
seat.
く。一回バイクから降りなさいよ。
Fine. I slip off the rear wing and stand next to the bike. Alright, now make me some room. Hey, where the hell are you going?
甘いんじゃないわよ。このすっとこどっこい。
Kyou's abusive words fade into the distance as she rides away from me. The next time I see your bike, I'm sticking gum in its keyhole. Oh my god, that's so terrible. With the screech, Kyou suddenly does a 180 in the distance and charges this way. Ow.
そんなことしたらあんたの爪と肉の隙間に割り箸突っ込むからね。
Ow. Just that image. No. I'll keep that in mind. After glaring at me, Kyou turns her bike around and rides away once more. She sure can't take a joke. I take a breath while glaring at the bike's tail light as it moves into the distance. That reminds me, Fujibayashi's fortune. I'll have an intense impact with a gentle girl. Both my body and mind will be refreshed. God damn you, imbecile. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess now we can skip stuff. Alright, so April 17th, we go and watch. Snohara got smacked some more. We follow him. More smacking. We follow him. We skip class. Okay, this is supposed to be new. I stand up and look toward the door. Ah, there it is. Our eyes meet.
どこに行くんですか?
You know.
もうすぐ授業が始まります。
I'm Japanese. I'm not going to use English for the rest of my life.
でも欠席すると補習とか受けないといけなくなります。
I don't have that many absences yet.
占いで今日のグラマーは素敵なことがあるって出ましたし。
Something wonderful.
はい、素敵です。素敵なんです。
Interesting. I think I'll try out whatever this wonderful thing you're talking about is.
はい。
I sit down and wait for the bell to ring. The bell rings. Oh no. How wonderful indeed. Fourth period ends and lunch break begins. Snohara is still flat on his desk, completely motionless. Okay, we read this. There we go.
忘れてました。これ。
Oh, worksheets. Are these from homeroom?
はい。
Thanks. I reach my hand out to get the worksheets from Fujibayashi, but otherwise stay slumped over. In one fell swoop, I grab the worksheets and cram them into my desk. Do you need something else? Oh.
はい。
I gently sit upright and turn to face Fujibayashi. Your sister's no joke, you know.
お姉ちゃんがですか?
Yeah, she was late today, wasn't she?
はい。お姉ちゃん寝起きが悪いから。
I met her on my way here. She was on a bike.
どうしたんですか?
No, it just felt like something hit my head. Whatever. Anyway, this morning I was sitting in the back by Kyou with a bike.
岡崎くん?
Yeah, sorry, with a bike. With a bike. A bike.
おい、岡崎のやつバイらしい。すげえな。両刀かよ。
What's that?
こっち見たぞ。ケツを隠せ。掘られるよ。
Oh my god. Oh my god, the overreaction. It's incredible. Just like earlier they were overreacting about him mugging and killing the old lady. Oh my god. Alright, assholes, let's settle this in the restroom.
便所だってよ。これ本格的だな、おい。
岡崎くん。
Wait, Fujibayashi, this is a terrible misunderstanding.
そういう人もいるとは聞いたことがありますから。
What I was trying to say was, Kyo hit me with a bike. All of a sudden there is a small, quick thud on my forehead. Something came flying at me. It didn't really hurt, but I could feel the sharp impact ringing within my ears. Then it falls on my lap. It's an eraser. It seems the wider side got a clean hit on my forehead. It's also missing chunks. Were those tiny thuds I've been feeling pieces of this? Regardless, who the hell is it? It's obviously Kyo. As I stand up and yell, Kyo stumps into the classroom. She then mercilessly drags me out of the classroom by my necktie. What's the big idea? Huh? What else? That you ran over me with a bike? She covers my mouth with her hand. Huh? Why would I? As I raise my eyebrows, Kyou wraps her arm around my neck and drags me toward her. She then whispers to me in a soft voice so that only I can hear. Then don't ride here on something so dangerous. Even if you say something so selfish. And if I let it slip? Just how can this girl say something so terrifying without a second thought? Fine. I let out a sigh and returned to my classroom. Hey guys, actually, 3E's Kyou Fujibayashi is by. Oh my god. Well, I think I did a pretty fine job covering that up. Well, if I didn't do that, I'd be the one who looked bad. Right back at you. No joke? You tried to tell me something? Alright. I click my tongue and return to the classroom. Sorry guys, I was just kidding. 3's Kyou Fujibayashi actually likes girls more than guys. Kyou pulls me away again. This expression of hers is amazing. Jeez, what should I say then? That's so boring. Just talking to myself, don't worry about it. Snohara is still dejected even after classes end. Okay, this seems to be okay. April 17th, West time inside school. Kyou is so amazing, yeah, she's super cool. Sleep, I guess? There's nothing else that's we're trying to talk with Fuko. Yes. We talked to Misai-san. And skip. Okay. April 18th. It doesn't seem to be anything specific here, so we just made the same choices we accept. Kick Snohara back. The fortune telling. Tomoya's done it a couple times too, yes. Yeah, I guess. What does she use? Well, she uses boobs, she uses bling. What the hell is this choice? I'm gonna save it anyway, but obviously I'm not gonna pick boobs. What the hell? She uses cards. She gets awfully specific with them though. I'm sure it'll be useful. Okay. Snohara enthusiastically works toward the crowd. As Kyou and I see him off while smiling. Hey Kyou! I say to her with my eyes still fixed on Snohara's back and my smile plastered on my face. Likewise, Kyou responds while watching Snohara walk away. I think I'm starting to understand how your sister's fortunes work. I wonder what kind of fortune that loser's going to get. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Well, yeah. With her passionate gazes fixed on his back, Snohara continues forward. He chases away the crowd and steps in front of Fujibayashi. He then sits down at the desk in front of hers. She really uses playing cards, huh? Wouldn't she be better off using tarot cards? Is that so? As Sunohara stares at her, Fujibayashi shuffles her deck of cards and drops them. Flustered, she starts to pick the cards up. She then forms a fan with the cards and Sunohara picks out 3 cards. Fujibayashi stares at the 3 cards and then says something to Sunohara. After she finishes, he nods. Looks like he received a good fortune.
No yo ne.
聞いてくれよ
Guess the pathetic clown is back?
ピエロ何のこと
That's mean. Nah, don't worry about this. So how did it go?
もう最高だぜこれまでの辛い生活に終止符が打たれるでしょう恋の始まりが新しい生活の始まりこれから出会う異性とは運命の赤い糸で結ばれていますだってさ僕のこれからはバラ色だね
He says and smiles in satisfaction. Kyou and I look at each other. Although we didn't plan it, we both pat him on the shoulder at the same time.
何どうしたのさ
Good luck.
と未来は自分の手で変えることができるからね。
なんかよくわからないけどサンキュー
He gives us a thumbs up along with a bright smile. He's playing the part of the clown very well.
哀れね。
Yeah.
なんか言った
気にしないで。
あ、そうだ僕トイレに行くけど岡崎も来る
Go by yourself.
なんだよ釣れないなツレションは友情の証だろ
There's no point in going if nothing's going to come out, right?
それもそうだねじゃあ一人で行ってくるよ
Have fun. Sunohara gleefully accepts the results of his fortune and walks out of the classroom with a strangely prideful look on his face. His back looks darker than normal, likely hinting at his grim future. The beginning of love will mark the beginning of a new life, huh?
ねえ、ところでさ、あんたって誰か好きな子いんの？
Huh? What's with all that of a sudden?
なんとなく。
Thought you would ask, huh?
ほら、不良ってさ、意味もなくかっこよく見えたりするらしいでしょ？だからだいたい彼女持ちじゃない？
I wonder where she got that impression from. That's an unusual bias you have there.
違うの？
At the very least, that's pretty hard to manage here at this school. You're asking for the teacher's attention by going out with the delinquent.
ひょっとしてあんた、そんなこと気にして彼女作らないとか？
That's not really why. There aren't any girls who are strange enough to want to go out with me now, are there?
いたら付き合うの？もしさ、あんたのこと好きって子がいたら付き合う？
Depends on the girl. I answer after briefly considering it. Well, that's only natural. I have the right to pick who to go out with, too. Kyou considers my answer, her fingers covering her lips.
それもそうね。来るもの拒まずなんてやつだったら、惚れちゃった子の方がかわいそうだもんね。
She folds her arms and nods in agreement. So why did you ask all of a sudden?
別に、特に意味はないわよ。
That aside, what about you? You with anyone yourself?
何言ってんのよ。この私よ。
Yeah, what about you? Her smile freezes. Say something.
まあ、いいじゃない、そんなこと。なんていうか、ほら、私がその気になれば、彼氏の一人や二人なんてボボーンとさ、ね。
Aw, she's trying to cover something up. Right, my foot. If you're trying to avoid the subject, that just means you don't have anything to say.
何よ、その顔は。
Nothing.
私はあんたと違って作らないだけなんだからね。一緒にしないでよ。
Well, I'm not trying to get a girlfriend either, don't get me wrong.
なあもう、ああ言えばこういう。
She's getting annoyed for no reason. That goes for you too. Eh? Suddenly the classroom door slides open and someone hurriedly runs inside. He trips in front of the teacher's desk and marvelously slides headfirst into the space between Kyou and me. All the dust on the ground is sent flying in the air. What the hell happened? Found a new game to play of? Having fun?
それどころじゃないよ
Sunohara pants heavily as drops of sweat run down his forehead. Apparently we've done this before, but I don't remember what it was. He looks toward the classroom entrance.
どうしたのよ。
どうもこうもないさっき廊下で女の子とぶつかったんだ
And you ran away because of that?
最悪ね。
違う、角で出会い頭だったんだよ。それってすごく運命的だと思わない？登校中トースト加えて走る転校生にぶつかるのと同じくらいさ。
Snohara says passionately and clenches his fist. Just what kind of dream does this guy have?
で結局何が言いたいわけ？
可愛かったんだ。
So?
だから運命だよ。赤い糸、ニューライフ。
わかんないわよ。
お前の妹の占い、きっと運命の赤い糸の主だと思ったんだよ。だから口説いたんだ。
どうやってよ？
いきなり抱きついてみた。
Okay, that's... yeah, no. That's too far. This guy is such an idiot.
そしたらいきなり叫ぶんだぜ。そこに
All of a sudden, the door slides open violently, and there stands, if I remember correctly, that's one of the third years from the rugby club. You can clearly see he's pretty pissed. I see, I remember now, he was being chased by the rugby club. Okay, gotcha, gotcha, I remembered. Okay, April 18th. Go catch her, let her go. Let her go. Okay, empty classroom. We can skip. I'll watch her just a bit more. Cute Fuko! Can't wait to get to her route. Okay, return to the class after all. Help Tomoyo. And talk to Misai-san. There we are. April 19th. Have him stop it already. Have the encounter with Botan. Go to the old school building. The reference room. We leave here, that's enough. Okay, April 20th. Follow. See what happens for a bit longer. Help the guy, okay. April 21st. Wake up like a good student or be late. There's no indication that we have to do anything in specific here, so we're gonna be late as before. Jump right. Try shaking the person. Find the address, give it back. Play a little prank on poor Fuko. Okay. April 22nd. It doesn't matter, just say hello, it's fine. More of Botan, we've already seen that. Take Botan. Okay, take him for now. You owe me one. I say with a gloomy expression. Kyou says and speeds off to the school building. I look at Botan, who is sitting in my arms, not moving in the slightest. My face is reflected in his round eyes. They're... Phew. I blow on his eyes. His eyes get a little watery, forming a thin layer of tears, but his body still doesn't move in the slightest. That's quite something. Yeah, you're right. In any case, with Botan still in my arms, I return to the classroom with Fujibayashi. Not only Kyou is totally perfect by herself, she owns a pet board to boot. Aww. Yeah, Botan is super adorbs. Super adorbs.
Okazaki, お前は学校を何だと思っているんだ?
Leave me alone.
たまに授業に顔を出したと思えば.
The teacher complains as he turns around to look. What? Is this text alright? Because sometimes I I feel like I'm crazy. The teacher complains as he turns around to face the chalkboard. As he turns around to face the chalkboard, that makes more sense, but either look or face. Both of them don't fit there. I can understand what you want to say. I, the famous delinquent of the school, am holding a boar plushie on my lap during class. No matter how you look at it, it's weird as hell. Rather, it's creepy. I can somewhat feel that the people sitting around me are trying to keep their distance.
どうしたんだろうな。
疲れてるんじゃない？
っていうか、枕なんじゃねえの？
どっちにしても気持ち悪いよね。
I glare at the morons who are talking behind my back. I bet Kyou handed Botan to me because she knew this would happen. Well, there's just half an hour to go. Let's try to put up with it and sit through it.
さっきの数式を使って X と Y の値を出すわけだ。
Pooh. Right as the teacher ends his sentence, the classroom silence is broken by a strange loud noise, followed by a smell. Oh no! Damn you, Botan, farting on someone's lap like that. Huh? Everyone's looking at me with blank stares. No, wait, that wasn't me!
だな言い訳するなよ。出ちゃったもんはしょうがないじゃん。
I told you that wasn't me.
俺じゃなくて
What should I say? If I tell them it was the plushie that farted, would they believe me? No way in hell they would.
岡崎、腹が痛いならトイレに行ってこい。
I'll do that. I get up from my seat and walk toward the door while grabbing Botan by his
トイ
back.
レにぬいぐるみを持っていくのか。
It's lonely to go by myself. I say as I increase the force of my grasp.
部費？
That was a fart.
そうか。昼食は腹が張るものを食べたんだな。
I leave the classroom without saying a thing. Meanwhile, I can hear laughter from the other side of the door. I look at Botan with a discontent glare, but his eyes are void of light. Class is over, huh? I stop rolling Botan around in the garden and stand up to look at the school building. Maybe I should at least go back for homeroom. What do I do with him, though? It's getting on my nerves that he's not even budging a bit. Damn it, Kyou, you owe me a big one. Eh? I turn around to face the familiar voice and see a rectangular object fast approaching my face. Whoa. I managed to catch it. It's cold. A fruit milk?
いやー、ご苦労さん。ボタンどうだった？ちゃんと動かなかったでしょ。
It would have been better if it did. It was so embarrassing it's hard to tell her.
っていうか、そういやなんであんたこんなとこにいたの？教室に行ったらいないし、他の人に聞いたら笑うしさ。
Well, ask this guy. I grasped Botan by his back and tossed it at Kyou.
うわ、ちょっとあんたね、ボタンをそんなに手荒に扱わないでよ。
I was even going to kick him as hard as I could.
何があったの？
I don't want to talk about it. By the way, how do you get him to start moving again? I tried poking him, rolling him, and bouncing him, and he didn't react at all. It's creepy if you ask me.
あんた、ボタンにそんなことしてたの？
It's my curiosity at play.
まあ、ぬいぐるみ化してるときは防御力上がるからいいけど。
What? Is he like a pet from an MMORPG? What the hell? Just what is this critter made
ボ
of?
タン、よし。
Kyou snaps her fingers in front of Botan. Buhi?
こうするのよ。
Is it some sort of
強
hypnotism?
く否定はしないわ。プヒー。ん？お腹すいた？もうちょっと待ってね。あとホームルームだけで終わるから。
Take Botan with you to
わ
homeroom.
かってるわよ。とりあえず6時間目はありがとう。それお礼だから。
Yeah, I'm taking it without reservation.
じゃあね。
Kyou flicks her long hair and walks back to the school building. Is she thinking of taking Botan back to her classroom with him still like
ボ
that?
タン？ぬいぐるみよ。はい。
I hope you get burned in the same way. Homeroom eventually ends, meaning the school day is officially over. That's a little bit mean, like, he can't help it. Like, humans, we also can't help it. It happened, right? It was unfortunate, but I mean, let's move over it. Oh, I guess I can start skipping stuff now. Okay, I guess time for a prank. We did that. Leave it somewhere. That's sadness, but we will get back to Fuko. What is Sunohara doing? Okay, let's see. The two of us walk while carrying a cardboard box that holds the TV and VCR. Ah, I remember this. The kid's parents are going to be away on a trip for a while starting today, so he's letting Sunohara borrow all this until they get back, but I have a feeling that Sunohara's been bullying him for a while. He seemed to be on the verge of tears when he lent the stuff to Sunohara. Oh, that's sadness, but why can't I skip this? Haven't we done it? I'm so confused sometimes by this novel. Is there anything new that's gonna pop up in the conversation? Wow, look at that. You can carry a TV and VCR on your own. See, you can do it if you try. Let's try poking your eyes. Wow, I stuck my fingers right in your eyeballs and you were still able to manage. Commendable indeed, sir. Time to poke you in your butt next. Oh, why is he tormenting Sunohara like this though? Wow, you really do have guts. Well, if you're gonna be that insistent, I guess I don't have a choice. I'll help. You really shouldn't talk trash like that. Okay, let's start with 100 eye pokes. Okay, 100 pokes to the butt it is then. I guess so. We wouldn't want that, I suppose. So Sunohara was human after all. You're not very polite when you ask others for help, are you? Okay. The TV turns on with a click. Nothing's showing up. Sunohara presses a button on the front of the VCR. Green letters appear in the corner of the screen.
Okay, set up 完了。あとはビデオを入れるだけさ。ほら、どのビデオ行く？お兄さんが選ぶかい？
I take a paper bag from the cardboard box. Inside I see tons of tapes. Most of them are copies or recordings with handwritten labels for titles. I search through the heap, finally settling on one before handing it to Sunohara.
どれ、岡崎の趣味を見てやるか。マニアックすぎてついていけなかったらごめんな。
Sunohara grins as he inserts the video. He looks a little too excited. The word play appears as the tape begins to roll. The screen grows bright as some rhythmical music begins to play.
判断基準はただ一点。このお笑いをお茶の間に届けたいか否か。史上最も過酷なお笑いバトル始まります。
Definitely not porn. Okay, like these details I don't really remember, so maybe this is indeed new. Sunohara jumps up, his head smashing against the light bulb. Are you okay?
間違えて入ってたみたいだね。
I think last time we were looking at this, it was like he had borrowed a collection of like just kid games or something like that.
お前も人が悪いよな。こんな絶妙なタイミングでなもん選ぶなっての。
Would you have preferred the West Japan Comedy Awards?
そんなにお笑い入ってんの？
Actually, it's all comedy.
え？そんなバカな。
Take a look for yourself. Sunohara crouches and starts fishing through the
これ
bag.
もお笑い。これもない。ない。エロがない。エロが一つもない。
I guess he was obsessed with comedy.
嘘だろ？
You're the idiot for not checking. Oh well, that's not so bad. I think comedy videos will probably keep us occupied for a lot longer anyway. I go back to watching the TV. A young comedy duo is on screen.
野口です。
These guys are funny.
そうだね。
Oh, Sunohara. Are you laughing or are you broken? I can't tell.
その中間ぐらい。
Somewhere in between. Okay. Okay, so I guess that was that. Sunohara goes to bed dispirited. If you have that much time on your hands, why don't you practice the guitar? Okay, so this we've already done. Okay, April 23rd. Let's see. Suddenly I remember. That girl I climbed this hill with. I think her name was Furukawa. I haven't seen her here for a while. First steps take courage for anyone. But once you take them, life begins to drive you forward. From there you're able to find a world filled with fresh and new things. Just as long as you're not like me. Someone who's already run away from those things that push you. Okay. I guess that was it. Don't just yell my name like that. Are you still in grade school?
まあまあ、それより面白い話があるのよ。
What is it?
ちょっとこっち来て、こっち。
She waves her hand at me, beckoning me over. I want to go to the bathroom. Let's make it later.
そんなのどうでもいいでしょ。
It does? I'll be right back, okay? Just wait for me.
じゃあ歩きながら話すわよ。
She says and walks beside me. A girl is following me to the bathroom. Feels kinda weird. So, what is it? I slow my pace in order to ask her.
これ見て、これ。
Saying so, she pulls something out of her shirt pocket. It's a pretty normal white envelope. There is no addressee written on it, but there is a dog sticker on its flap. What about
なん
it?
だと思う？
Isn't it a letter?
そうだけど、どういう手紙だと思う？
What do you mean?
中にどんな内容が書かれてると思う？
Who knows?
教えてほしいでしょ。
Is it a love letter? If you want to tell me, just tell me.
面白くないわね。これは
Uh-huh.
何を人が話そうとしてるときに。
Are you going to continue to follow me? We're at the bathroom already.
Oh.
The male students who just walked out of the bathroom are looking at Kyou with an astonished expression. Well, of course they would.
もっと早く言いなさいよ。
I'll listen to you complain later. Just let me go in already.
ごゆっくり。
He, on his defense, he actually mentioned that he was going to the bathroom. So, phew. After I finished my business, I let out a sigh of relief for some reason. Still, I wonder what Kyou wanted to show me. It did look like a letter, but it wasn't addressed to anyone. Could it be for me? I bet it's one of those chain letters. If not, then a letter of challenge. Man, now I'm a little scared of leaving the bathroom. Perhaps I should just stay in here until the bell rings.
なな、便所の外に変な女がいるぜ。
ああ、チラチラと入り口の方見てたよな。
ひょっとして知女かな。ほっといたら入ってくんじゃね？
怖っ。
People jumping to conclusions. This sounds like it could be fun, so let's stay in here until the bell rings. Oh my god, no!
なあなあ、なんであの人ずっとトイレにいるんだろう。
ああ、壁にもたれて腕なんか組んでな。
ひょっとして誰か閉めんのかな。
怖っ。
No, there you go, you get some of that too, Tomoya. What the hell are you staring at, huh?
あ、カツアゲだよ。カモを探してたんだ。
逃げろ。
待て、俺まだ終わってない。
Ah, damn it, I picked the wrong place to kill time. Okay, guess it's about time to head outside. A few minutes after the bell has rung, I stop leaning against the wall and leave the restroom.
あんたね、
Whoa.
トイレにどんだけ時間かけてんのよ。
Jeez, you're still here?
あんたを待ってたんでしょ。
Class has started already.
わかってるわよ。あんたがトロトロしてんのが悪いんでしょ。
Well, it can't be helped, can it? Things that come out are going to come out. Not that anything was coming out. However, I didn't expect her to keep waiting even after the bell had rung. In this case, I guess it's more likely that it's a challenge instead of being a chain letter. So, what now?
何が？
Class has started, you know?
そうね。
She lets out a deep breath and her hand reaches for her pocket.
サボっちゃおうか。
Oh. Hey?
授業サボろっかって言ったの。
Aren't you the class president?
そんなの関係ないって。別に成績優秀、貧困法制な生徒がやるって役でもないし。
That's exactly what that means.
最悪くじ引きで決まるようなもんじゃない？現に量がそれだし。
Well, I guess.
だからいいの。てなわけで、ちょっとおいで。
Kyo smiles and points to the stairs with her thumb. Just what the hell is the situation here? If I knew this would happen, I would just have come out of the bathroom and looked at her letter.
ほら、さっさと来る。
Run or follow her. We are going to follow her. Sure, for some reason her smile looks scary. I guess there's no need for the letter of challenge since we're settling this right now. And then... the courtyard? Thanks to the lush greenery, this area can be easily seen from the school building. Since it's class time, unless a teacher is patrolling the area, it's unlikely we'll be found here. So, let's do it here.
何を？
Our duel. I say and take my stance.
はあ？
Isn't the letter just now meant to be a challenge for me?
あんた絶対バカでしょ。
Come on, don't just say things like that to my face. It hurts sometimes. She lets out a deep sigh.
あのね、この手紙はラブレターなの。
I was right. For an instant, no, several seconds, time froze. What did she say just now? A love letter?
ん？どうしたの？
Nothing. It's just this is too unexpected. My heart just isn't really ready for it yet.
まあ、私も頼まれただけなんだけどね。
You were asked. Oh, what? It's not from Kyou? I was a little scared. Oh no, I thought it was a love letter for her or something. Well, yeah, I guess given her personality, instead of using something as indirect as a letter, she'd tell me in person. Well, whose letter is it then?
そう、渡してくれってサッカー部のキャプテンから。
Oh, so she's just the messenger of the love letter. Okay. Soccer club, huh? I see, the soccer club. Wait, isn't that a guy?
いい男よ。
Wait, what am I supposed to do with this?
そうね。
That kind of crap should just be torn up and thrown away.
りょう、受け取るかな？
Hey? Wait, what did you just say? Why does Tomoya always think that things are for him or like he's not the center of the world, right?
りょう、受け取るかなって言ったんだけど。
It's not meant for me? After hearing me say that, Kyo looks at me with an astonished expression. Then she keeps staring and started laughing like a drain.
何？ひょっとしてあんたドキドキしてたの？ 残念だったわね。ひょっとして実は私からあんたへのラブレターかもとかって考えちゃったりもしてた？
I wasn't really thinking that.
目線そらしながら言っても説得力ないわよ。
Damn, this is so annoying. Besides, this is all because you told me you had something interesting to say and then showed me that letter. Of course I would think the letter is for me.
分かっててやったから気にしないで。
Ah, so she intended it. Okay. So you did it deliberately, huh?
で、どう？
Huh? What do you mean, so?
だからこのラブレターどう思う？
So, like I said, what about it?
なあもうじれったいわね。本当に寮に渡しちゃっていいのって聞いてんの。
Do it? Didn't he hand it to you so you would do that? Suddenly she looks pissed. Did I say something weird?
あのね、寮がこれ受けちゃったら他の子の彼女になっちゃうかもしんないのよ。
Well, yeah, so?
あんたそれでいいの？
I don't really get what she's saying somehow. What does she want me to say?
彼女になっちゃったらあんた以外の男の子とあんなことやこんなことしちゃうことになるのよ。
Well, of course, what are you getting at?
ああもうじれったいわね。
I'm more annoyed by the way you're beating around the bush.
だからそれであんたはいいのかって聞いてんでしょ。
And I'm telling you, why are you asking me that? What, now you're choosing to be silent? Kyo looks at me with twitching eyebrows and a peculiar expression. I can't tell if she's glaring at me or is bothered. She's still holding onto the letter for her sister in her hand. For a short while, this standoff continues. It is Kyo's deep sigh that causes time to move again. I also do the same.
単刀直入に聞くわ。
What is
あん
it?
た寮のことどう思う？
What do you mean? Get to the point.
好きとか嫌いとか。
Wow, that sure is to the point. Well, frank as it may be, being asked that all of a sudden is quite troubling. Can't say it's either of those.
はっきりしない返事ね。
We've only been in the same class for just a little bit, so of course I can't give you an answer.
でも嫌いじゃないのよね。
Well, I don't have a reason to. What are you getting at?
もう大体わかってんでしょ。
Well, with you telling me all this,
これで
sure.
わかってなかったら先天性の新生バカよ。
True inborn idiot. You don't have to go so far.
近々覚悟しときなさいね。
Kyou says and rips the letter in her hand into pieces. Hey!
何？
Is it okay you don't give it to her?
ああ、私こいつ嫌いだから。んじゃ、私は教室に戻るから。
You're late
欠
already.
席よりはマシよ。
Kyou lifts one hand up to wave and proceeds to the school building. I let out a deep sigh and sit on a nearby stone wall. I scratch my head, look around me a couple times, and once again sigh. Fujibayashi, huh? Wait, what did she mean by prepare yourself? The strange mystery leaves me sighing yet again. Alright, we can skip a bit more. Okay. April 23rd. Sleep. We don't talk to Misai. Not to Misai, sorry, to Snohara's sister. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay, April 24th. I am walking down the hallway by myself. I'm holding something wrapped in a fancy flower-patterned handkerchief. I stop to look behind me, and in the distance, Kyou is there. She's holding her hip and staring at me. Reluctantly, I start walking again. I can't stop sighing. The flower-patterned object in my hand feels awfully heavy. Inside, there is a lunchbox. Apparently, Kyou made it. I wonder if the food inside is actually edible. No, that's not the problem. The problem is the yard, huh? I say my destination out loud and let out yet another sigh. How did it end up this way? About 10 minutes ago. Fourth period feels like it goes on for an eternity, but thankfully we're granted mercy by the lunch bell.
Yo, Kazaki, それと便座カバ
Yeah, I remember that joke.
ー。それより早く購買に行こうぜ。
I'll have a curry bread and a melon bread.
だから早く購買に。
Oh, I want the coffee too. Put it on my tab.
ひょっとしてパシらせる気？
Come back in 3.
もう少し頼み方が丁寧なら言ってもよかったけど、そんな言われ方じゃ無理ってもんだよ。
Please hurry up and get me my lunch.
抑揚のない声で言われても誠意が感じられないっす。
Let's decide by rock, paper, scissors then. And if you lose, no hard feelings.
望むところだね。負けた方がパシリだ。
By the way, I'm throwing rock. I say and pull my arm out while clenching my fist.
そんな心理戦僕には効かないぜ。浅はかな自分を食いな。じゃんけんぽん！
Sunhara forcefully throws his hand out with scissors. In the meantime, I keep holding rock.
No!
Sunhara screams with his scissors held up high.
そんなバカな！どうしてグーのままなんだ！グーと言って僕にパーを誘ってチョキを出すから、その裏を書いて僕がグーを出すと深読みして
Oh my
パ
god.
ーを出すんじゃないのか？
What the hell are you talking
今の
about?
だけなし、練習だよ。次が本番。
Quit acting as if you were still in grade school. Hurry up and go. If they sell out, you're running off campus to buy lunch.
容赦ないっすね。
んじゃ、ついでに私の分もね。
あ、藤林今日なんでお前が僕らの教室にいるんだよ。
届け物のついでよ。で、私はカツサンドとクロワッサン、ジュースはフルーツ牛乳ね。お金は立て替えといて。
ちょっと待った。なんでお前の分まで。ってなんで拳を僕に向けるんすか？打つの？
じゃんけんで決めればいいんでしょ。
She says with a smile that doesn't suit her. Actually, upon second thought, it is quite fitting because of how mischievous she is. He's gonna lose.
あっさりと打ち負かしてやるよ。僕はチョキを出すからな。チョキだぞ。
はいはい。じゃあ行くわよ。じゃんけん。
Kyo's fist wobbles up and down slightly. On the other hand, Snohara keeps his hand in a scissors shape. Snohara threw scissors. Kyo threw rock. Hell, that's what her hand's been like the whole time. Once again, Snohara holds his scissors up above his head. His scream spreads through the classroom.
たいないわね。
だってだよ。僕チョキを出すって言ったんだよ。だったらグーを誘われてるって思うから僕がパーを出すと深読みしてチョキを選ぶけどやっぱりグーを出されるかもって考えてパーにしない？
意味の通る日本語喋りなさいよ。
納得いかないって。
もううっさいわね。負け犬はつべこべ言わず走る。売り切れてたら外まで買いに行くのよ。
Of course he is.
あんたら似すぎっす。似た者夫婦。
Husband like wife.
すぐ買ってきます。
Under our stairs, Snohara scrambles away as fast as he can. As he runs away, the two of us look at his bag and sigh at the same time. By the way, what were you going to do if you lost?
グーって拳よね。
Yeah.
そのまま殴りやすいと思わない？
Oh, cute. What a coincidence. I was thinking the same thing. I suppose since he got to run errands without having to suffer at all, Snohara's actually the winner here. So, what are you doing here?
だから届け物って言ったでしょ？
She says and holds up the thing she's carrying in her hand to show me. It looks like a lunchbox. It's wrapped in a fancy-looking flower-patterned napkin.
実は私の手作りなのよね。
And?
すごいでしょ。
So?
つべこべ言わず褒めなさいよ。
What the hell are you talking about? If you're here to deliver it, then hurry up and do it. Your sister's already outside.
わかってるわよ。
With her voice raised, she thrusts the object in her hand right in front of me. What the hell do you want?
見りゃわかるでしょ。
I'm asking because I can't tell.
あんた、マッハバカでしょ。
Mahabaka. Is that supposed to mean I'm a supersonic idiot? Are you giving it to me?
違うわよ。
What is it
ね
then?
話すわよ。
Hey! Unrelenting Kyo, let's go. In a panic, I catch the free-falling object.
前庭よ。
Huh?
それ持って校門とこの庭に行きなさい。
And do what with it?
寮がいるからその隣で食べるの。
Who?
あんた。
I don't quite understand what's going on. Just what is this girl talking about?
今日のあんたのお昼は前庭で寮と二人っきりってことよ。ん？どうしたの？
What did you just say?
だからあんたは今からこのお弁当を持って前庭で寮と一緒にお昼するの。
And why am I doing that?
決まってんじゃない。あんたと寮をくっつけちゃおう大作戦。
Well, even if you just come right out and tell me that.
昨日言ったでしょ。覚悟しときなさいって。ってなわけで。で何お弁当机に置いてんのよ。
I'm having bread.
それなし。あんたはこのお弁当を食べるの。
Stop fooling around.
往生際が悪いわね。それとも何？
Oh, sorry.
ビビっちゃってるとか？
What's that?
不良ぶっちゃっててもその実女の子一人相手にするのが怖いとか。まあそれだったらしょうがないからいいんだけど、それって傭兵並みにヘタレよね。
Kyo sighs exaggerately and raises her hands up to her shoulders and shrugs. However, there's something that annoyed me even more than that. It was just one simple sentence. I'm as much of a loser as Sunohara? Fine, let's do it. I pick up the lunchbox once more. The yard next to the school gate, right? And then... And now... she tricked me into this, didn't she? She got me good there. It wasn't until I stepped out of the classroom that I came to my senses. The lunchbox feels heavier and heavier. If I just go ahead and ditch. Just thinking about it scares me. The bright spring sunlight shines down on me. The breeze still carries a slight chill. There are several groups of students joyfully enjoying lunch in this weather. And I find her a little farther down. She's sitting on the stone fence by herself, seemingly waiting for somebody. On her lap there is a lunchbox bag that looks just like the one I have in my hand. Did she know I was coming? Or was she told to wait for someone else? The latter seems much more likely. Kyou most likely told Fujibayashi that they would eat lunch together there. Geez, I'm irritated by how easy it is to figure out her thought process. I let out a deep sigh and start walking. As I step on the grass, there is a small crunching sound. With only that muffled sound, Fujibayashi's shoulders flinch. She turns to face me and her face reddens. She's flustered. She's so cute. I don't think we've seen this expression of hers so far. Oh, why is she reacting like this? Hey.
ありがとうございます。
Eh?
お昼ご飯誘ってもらえて、嬉しいです。
I invited her? What's going on?
お姉ちゃんからちゃんと聞きました。
Don't tell me. Kyou.
岡崎くんが私と一緒にお昼ご飯を食べたいって。
She got me good. That was completely unexpected. I did, huh? I didn't see this one coming. With her face still blushing, Fujibayashi looks at me. It would be easy to tell her the truth, but
岡崎くん
it'd probably make her cry. Yeah, I thought it might as well once in a while. Her face, seemingly happy, turns deep red. This reaction.
単刀直入に聞くわ。
What is it?
あんた、亮のことどう思う？
What do you mean? Get to the point.
好きとか嫌いとか。
Can't say it's either of those.
はっきりしない返事ね。
We've only been in the same class for a little bit, so of course I can't give you an answer.
でも、嫌いじゃないのよね。
Well, I don't have a reason to. What are you getting at?
だいたいわかってんでしょ？
Her big plan to get us together, huh? This isn't good. I think I'm falling deeper and deeper into her plot.
岡崎くん。
Eh? What's the matter?
そのお弁当なんですけど。
Ah, this.
お姉ちゃんの？
Kyou, your big plan is full of holes. If you think about it, there's not much of a chance I would have a lunchbox wrapped in exactly the same cloth.
どうして岡崎くんが？
The truth is I was attacked on my way here.
襲われたんですか？
Yeah, as I was headed here with my bread, I bumped into your sister, and she forced me to trade my bread for her lunch.
そうなんですか。
I really wanted that curry bread and melon bread too, but they were gone just like that. What a selfish, troublesome person, jeez. Well, if I refused, I would probably be laying on the floor of the hallway right now.
でも、本当は優しいんですよ。今日の私のお弁当も、お姉ちゃんが朝早くから作ってくれたんです。
She's not a morning person, but she woke up specifically to prepare the lunch boxes. Ay, ay, ay. So that means she made these together, huh?
6時くらいにはもう起きていました。
Oh my god, 6 in the morning.
お姉ちゃん、私よりお料理とか上手ですから。
That's a surprise. Based on your personalities, people would assume you would be the one who's the better cook.
そんなことないです。私、どちらかというと、お料理が下手な方ですから。
Is that so?
でも、お掃除は少し得意です。整理整頓とかは上手だって褒められます。
Aw. That I can understand. By the way,
はい。
mind if I sit next to you?
隣ですか？
Oh, she's so cute. Well, if it bothers you, I can just eat while I stand.
どうぞ座ってください。
As Fujibayashi blushes, she scoots over to make me a little room for me to sit down. Yes, she's adorable. She left about half a seat of room. I sit down on the stone fence as well. Then I place the lunchbox that Kyou forced onto me on my lap. Hmm?
お揃いですね。
It's a little awkward, but she smiles a little and blushes even more. It's true, they do match. Since they were made by the same person, I guess their contents would be the same.
きっとそうだと思います。
Let's dig in.
はい。
We untie the cloth wrapped around each of our lunch boxes at the same time. Next, I take the lid off. In less than a second, I shut it again.
どうしたんですか？
Just a little... I open it up once again. Just enough that I can peek at what's inside. I can see a big heart mark. Sitting on top of the rice. It was probably made with mashed fish. Like I can actually open and eat such an embarrassing lunch. Is this meant to harass me?
岡崎くん？
Fujibayashi, can I see what's in your lunchbox?
私のお弁当ですか？
With a mysterious expression, Fujibayashi's head tilts her. Fujibayashi tilts her head. I suppose that's what they meant there. She then stares at her lunchbox.
こんな感じですけど。
She holds up and tilts the lunchbox on her lap to show me. A bear? No, a panda?
お姉ちゃん、こういうのするの好きだから。
She giggles and says,
岡崎くんのはどんな模様なんですか？
Let's eat! I exaggerately open the lunchbox's lid and immediately start sweeping the rice into my mouth with my chopsticks.
大丈夫ですか？
I'm fine. The rice just went down the wrong pipe.
お茶入れます。
Thanks. She looks at me, cough, and with her hands shaking, pours a cup of tea from her thermos.
どうぞ。
Merci. Phew.
大丈夫？
Yeah, I'm okay now.
そんなにお腹空いてたんですか？
Eh?
そんなに急いで食べるから。
Yeah, I forgot to eat breakfast, so I was starving.
そうだったんですか。
Fujibayashi says and stares at her own lunchbox. Everything okay? The lights just flickered. We've been having like small electricity drops now and then, but things seem fine. Yeah, all good. Okay. Then her hand touches her lips as if she's considering something.
よろしければ私の分も食べますか？
Eh?
すごくお腹が空いてるようなので、それだけじゃ足りないんじゃないかと。
No, it's okay. I may not look it, but I don't actually eat a whole lot.
そうですか。ところで、岡崎くんのお弁当にはどんな絵が描かれていたんですか？
It was a panda.
私と同じだったんですね。
I guess so.
同じ。
A sarai.
ペアルック。
Oh. You're getting it wrong. You should eat too.
はい、いただきます。
He tried to hide the heart, but then he bumped into something bigger than the heart. The tamagoyaki is delicious. Did they just say the same thing? Aww. The pork cutlet has a mysterious flavor. However, it's still really delicious. The potato salad, I think there's some egg yolk mixed into it. She's strangely conscientious about the weirdest details. We aren't talking at all. It's true she's not really the type who would start a conversation, and I guess you can't really be telling fortunes while you are eating. As I chow down on my lunchbox, I glance sideways. And at the exact same time, Fujibayashi also looks at me. Our eyes met. Immediately she turns away as she blushes bright red. Does she really need to get so worked up about it? She frantically moves her chopsticks as she stares downward. Thanks for the meal. That was surprisingly delicious.
ご飯食べるの早いんですね。
I don't really think so myself. I think it's just down to how we didn't talk at all and we were silently going at our lunch. Though I say that Fujibayashi still has about half of her lunch left.
その、もう行きますか?
Nope, not really. I'll wait until you're done.
すみません。食べるのが遅くて。
You're a girl, so don't worry about it. I'd actually be pretty bothered if you had finished it before me.
そうなんですか?
Yeah, so just eat it slowly.
ありがとうございます。
Seemingly happy, though still embarrassed, she moves her chopsticks.
ご飯粒ついています。
Oh. Having heard her say that, my hand reaches for my mouth.
こっちです。
She says and reaches her hand toward my face. Her slender fingers touch the edge of my lip. She's surprisingly bold.
取れました。
Thanks.
いえ、そんなに大したことじゃないですから。
She says with a slightly abashed smile. Then she brings the grain of rice to her mouth. What did she do? That's when her expression freezes. So lewd. Yes. Fujibayashi. You can tell just by looking. She's blushing so hard her face is tinted completely red. It's redder than I've ever seen.
私、今、岡崎くんの、
Calm down, Fujibayashi.
でも、私、こんなこと。
As her eyes begin to water, Fujibayashi stands up.
すみません。
Then she quickly speeds off with the lunchbox still in her hands. Ah, before I could stop her, she is nowhere to be found. I'm left behind here all by myself. Well, let's see. Even if I wanted to go after her, I have no idea where she ran off to. Once lunch ends, she'll be back in the classroom anyway. Guess I'll go back first. I sigh and start to wrap up my lunchbox again. Huh? Suddenly I hear something cutting through the air. Something is rapidly approaching from behind. Instead of turning around, my body moves to the side. It flies through the area where my head was a moment ago and digs into the grass. It's an encyclopedia, volume 1. There's only one person who would do something like this. Cool. I turn around as I yell. The first thing I see is a Japanese-English dictionary flying toward my face. Since I was in the process of turning around, I start my dodge just a split second late. I barely managed to avoid it, but it still scraped my ear. The resulting pain has a frigid feeling to it, telling me how powerful the throw was. While I feel shivers run down my spine, I run around to face my attacker. Whoa. She looks awfully pissed, but he didn't do anything. She's holding what I guess is her next bullet and an English-Japanese dictionary. That's my line. Why the hell did you suddenly start throwing dictionaries at me? Huh? What? Jeez, stop throwing. Don't be so absurd. Nothing, hell, she wasn't even crying. It's true, weren't you watching? Then tell me how you managed to pop up at the perfect time. You're a terrible liar. And we're back to the beginning again. In any case, how much of it did she actually see? I let out a big sigh. Wouldn't that be because she was embarrassed?
はずってあんた学校で何したのよ。
What the hell is wrong with her?
そりゃ男なんだからそういうのに興味があるのもわかるけど、だからって学校でそれも昼休みから。それよりまだ恋人同士でもないのにそういうのって間違ってもでも、もうあんた死刑決定。
She's going to lynch me? Calm down, I didn't do anything at all. Rather, it's more like she was the one who...
された？そんなことを。
Oh my god, I really want to know what's running through her head right now.
あんた男だったらそういうのはたしなめなさいよ。
What are you talking about? You know, even though you two are twins, your personalities are nothing alike. Well, I guess you two are also kind of similar in other ways.
それ褒めてんの？
Nah, like I said, kind of...
やっぱ死刑。
She grips the kanji dictionary in her hand very tightly and steps forward. Calm down, geez, all she did was take off a grain of rice that was stuck to my mouth.
米粒。
Yeah, it was around here. I point to the edge of my lip that Fujibayashi had touched. And she ate that grain of
誰
rice.
が？
Your sister.
で？
De? Nah, that's it.
だけ？
Dake. It sure didn't seem like that was just, that's it to her.
ああ、そうね。あの子にしてみれば発火物ね。
And that's all there is. Looks like she accepts it this time. I hand Kyou the now empty lunchbox.
あ、全部食べたんだ。
It was surprisingly delicious, thanks.
予想外って言葉はちょっといただけないわね。
It really was delicious though.
まあ、当然ね。
The pork cutlet in particular, that was really good. It's not how it's normally made, right? It kind of had this subtle yet familiar taste to it.
隠し味は企業秘密よ。でも、そんだけ喜んでもらえたのなら、作った甲斐もあったってもんね。また作ってきてあげよっか。
Alright. Really, you will?
まあ、毎日ってわけにはいかないけど、私が作るときで材料が余ったらついでにね。
While you're at it, huh?
文句あるなら作んないわよ。
No, if you're making me some, then whatever's fine. Getting a free meal is nice.
そんなことより、手作り弁当ってとこを喜びなさいよ。
Ah, I'm so happy. Yay, it's a handmade lunchbox.
次の弁当、すっごい変なもん入れとくから。
I'm sorry, it's my fault.
やっと見つけたぞ。
え？
人を走らせておいて、なんでこんなとこにいんだよ。カレーパンとクロワッサン売り切れてたから、外まで買いに出たんだからな。むちゃくちゃ探し回ったよ。なのに教室戻ったら2人ともいないし。ってその弁当箱何？
This?
ひょっとして実は2人ってそういう仲だったの？
ああ？
冗談です。なんでもないです。
Stop saying stupid things and give me my bread.
あんたまだ食べるの？
A small lunchbox like that isn't enough to fill me up.
しょうがないじゃない。私サイズのお弁当なんだから。
やっぱり2人は。
ああ？
冗談です。なんでもないです。
The first bell rings. The students return to the classroom one by one as they chit-chat to prepare for afternoon classes. I sit down on my chair while watching. Fujibayashi still hasn't returned. Just where did she go? As far as I know, she always returns to her seat to prepare for the next class when the first bell rings. In a somewhat reserved manner, the door opens. Shortly thereafter, I see a hand. Somebody then slowly starts to peek into the classroom. It's Fujibayashi. She nervously peeks inside. And our eyes meet. Her face immediately turns red. I thought she would run away without entering the classroom, but instead she swiftly heads to her seat. She sits down, clumsily puts away her lunchbox into her bag, and takes out the textbook in its place. She steals a glance at me. Of course, our eyes meet again. Flustered, she faces forward. You can easily tell that her body is very stiff. She doesn't really have to be that worked up about it, I think, and do nothing but sigh. I like the song, it's very happy. I'm walking down the hallway by myself. I'm holding a school bag. It's after school, so it's not really a problem. What the hell is he doing now? I stop to look behind me and far away Kyou is there. She's holding her hip and staring at me. This sounds awfully familiar. It's like the same scenario as in the morning. Grudgingly, not in the morning, sorry, at lunchtime I meant. Grudgingly, I start walking again. I can't help but keep sighing. Even though the school bag in my hand is quite thin, it feels awfully heavy. It's been a while since I've gone home so melancholically. I sure don't learn, huh? I shake my head as if tormenting myself for my foolishness. This already happened once just yesterday. The front gate, huh? I say my destination out loud and my shoulder stoops. At this point I can't even sigh anymore. About 10 minutes ago.
岡崎、帰ろうぜ。
Yeah. In response to Snohara's call, I take my school bag and stand up.
いたいた。
うわ、藤原司教。
What are you doing here? Your sister's already gone.
知ってるわよ。廊下で会ったもん。
Then why are you here?
ふん。
She looks at me with a grin behind which I can sense she is hiding something. Seeing that grin, I have a sudden tinge of uneasiness. Snohara, let's go.
でも今日はお前に用があんじゃないの？
Nah, of course not.
めっちゃ大あり。
Let's go.
待ちなさいってば。大事な話なんだから。
Let go of me, I have nothing to say.
私があるの。
ひょっとして僕ってお邪魔？
あ、うん。すっごい邪魔。
すごい邪魔。
とっとと帰って。
もう少し優しく言ってもらえると嬉しいんすけど。
とっとと帰
笑顔が胸に痛いっす。
れ。でともや、あんたはまだ帰っちゃダメだからね。
Why is that? She faces me with a puzzled look and drags me toward her. Isn't it romantic when two people get together after realizing they both enjoy the same thing? Bullying Sonohara? I see what you mean, I see. Yeah, I can see that. She clings onto my arm very firmly, perhaps to show how she definitely won't let go. Then her face inches near my ear and she starts talking softly.
校門とこで待ってるから。
Who is?
わかってんでしょ。あんたと亮をくっつけちゃおう大作戦パート2。
She gives me a thumbs up and looks at me with a devious grin. I'm living through the back gate. Let's go.
ダメよ。
She says and tightens her grip. Let go.
ダメ。
I'm not going.
行きなさい。
I'm not.
行け。
I love her voice actress. Like she's so on point with her stylistic choices of the way she articulates Kyou's words. So good. This isn't getting anywhere and it's just a waste of time. By the way, Kyou.
行く気になった。
It's touching, you know.
当たってる？何が？
It's kind of soft.
ん？
Her face turns red instantaneously. She moves away in a fluster, crosses her arms as if she's trying to cover her breasts, and glares at me. Hey, hold on a second. I didn't do anything wrong.
理由なんて必要ないわよ。私がムカついただけよ。
I should be the one who's pissed. She's so absurd. To begin with, she was the one who pulled me over to her breasts. Well, I guess I did get something out of it. So, how does that put me in the wrong?
僕すごくお邪魔のようなので先に帰ります。
Poor Sunohara.
ああ、まだいたんだ。さっさと帰れ。
もう少し優しく言ってください。
3秒以内に失せないと飽きるまで眉毛抜くわよ。
はい、失せます。
Oh my god. Hey, hold on, I'm coming too.
あんたはダメって言ってるでしょ。
あ、岡崎、 友達として言っておくけど、女は選んだ方がいいと思うよ。
あ
違うんすか？
Stop blabbing nonsense.
あ、さっさと帰りなさいよ。
Snohara leaves the classroom as fast as he can. As we look at him running away, Kyou and I sigh. Hey, he's not supposed to leave without me.
結果オーライね。きっとこうなる運命だったのよ。
I'm leaving. If I start running after him now, I should be able to catch up. I put my bag under my arm and try taking a step. At that moment...
結局傭兵か。
Hmm?
一人じゃ何にもできないのね。
What do you mean?
ビビっちゃってんのかなと思ってさ。
What's that?
女の子一人もろくに送ってあげられない解消なしか。ま、解消って性格そのものだし、しょうがないからいいんだけど、それって傭兵以上にヘタレよね。
Kyou sighs exaggerately and raises her hands up to her shoulders and shrugs. I'm even more of a loser than Sunohara? Never before in my life have I heard such humiliating words. Fine, let's do it. What do you mean never before? You just heard them on the same day at lunchtime, when she duped you the first time. Now she's doing it again. The school gate, right? She even reacts the same way. So. And then. And now. She got me good. Again, it wasn't until I stepped out of the classroom that I came to my senses. My steps feel heavy. Perhaps I should wait somewhere for Fujibayashi to give up and leave. Kill time somewhere, just go to the school gate. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna go. Yes, I'll go. The sun, already hanging somewhat low, paints the scenery red. Her shadow is stretched long on the ground. It is very close, stretching all the way to my feet, unlike how far away she herself is. And within this depressingly colored scenery, there she is. Leaning against the wall of the front gate, she's holding her bag with both her hands and looking down at the ground. This is probably the same setup as lunch yesterday, right? That's supposed to be... That it's supposed to be that I invited her to go home together? Oh, so it wasn't the same day. Okay, the day switched. Okay, my bad. Sorry. Yeah. But still, like, he shouldn't have followed her in, but he did. But maybe something inside him wanted to? Anyway. I make up my mind. Grabbing hold of my bag again, I start walking toward the school gate. Fujibayashi notices me and looks up. Her cheeks are tinted in a different shade of red than the setting sun. Sorry, have you been waiting?
いえ、そんなことはないです。私も今来たところですから。
Liar. Didn't you leave the classroom long before I did? Embarrassed, Fujibayashi's eyes flit about uneasily. Her mouth opens as if to say something, but nothing comes out, perhaps due to her shyness. Well, let's head home.
はい。
Under the sunset, the asphalt turns dark violet. It's still at the point in the season where it gets cold once the sun sets. A cool breeze blows by, bringing with it the scent of the evening. Within it, two long shadows continue to move at a steady pace. One of which belongs to me, and the other to Fujibayashi. There has been no conversation. I turn my eyes toward her, my head still facing forward. With her face still red, Fujibayashi walks as she looks down at her feet. I suppose if I don't start the conversation, this will only continue. It's suffocating. In any case, let's try to talk about something she's good at. Hey, Fujibayashi.
Hi.
Fujibayashi's head turns this way so quickly that it makes me think that's gotta hurt. I can also somewhat tell that her face is blushing even more. So, you like fortune telling, don't you?
はい。
Why is that?
なんでと言われても、その。
Does it have some special meaning to you or something?
そういうわけじゃないんですけど。女の子だから。
She says while peeking at me to see my reaction. Is that supposed to be an answer?
女の子は 遺伝子レベルで占いが好きなんです。
I don't. She's saying that pretty confidently too. Maybe it's a Japanese thing. But isn't that only true when it is your fortune being told? I don't think every girl likes to be the one telling the fortunes. That is a good point from Tomoya. You're the only one I know in school who's doing it, as a matter of fact.
でも占う方も楽しいですよ。人のことなのにまるで自分のことのようにドキドキしますし。
Well, different people enjoy things differently. Suddenly, as if a light bulb had gone off in her head, Fujibayashi raises her voice. She reaches her hand into her shirt pocket and from it lifts out her prized deck of cards.
岡崎くん、何か占ってほしいことはないですか?
Well, what's for dinner tonight?
はい、わかりました。
She nods quickly with a satisfied grin and starts shuffling her deck. Fujibayashi gets really excited when she starts telling fortunes. Wait, how is she going to tell what I'm having for dinner with cards? Despite my worries, Fujibayashi slowly pulls out 2 cards. Hey, aren't I supposed to be the one pulling out cards?
今日の岡崎くんの夕飯は、すごいです。フランス料理のフルコースです。
There's no way she's got that one right. Mind if I ask you something?
はい。
How did you get from those cards to me having French tonight?
この2枚のカードなんですけれど。
Her slender fingers hold up the 2 cards. It's the Ace of Hearts and the King of Spades.
エースとキングで始まりから終わり。つまり、すべてを示しています。
So that's where you get full course, huh?
そして、こっちのスペードのキングなんですけど、立派なおひげがピエールさんみたいです。
Who?
フランスのジェントルメンみたいですよね。
Well, even if you ask me, I have never seen a king that had a shabby beard anyway. Well, anyway, going by that fortune, I guess my dinner will be fit for a king. I see. Yes, that means dinner tonight isn't going to be very good. But well, if it comes down to it, I can always just skip dinner. What is it?
私も一つ聞いていいでしょうか?
Fujibayashi says with her eyes fixed to the ground. Perhaps it is something hard to ask. Yeah, I don't mind.
はい。
As her shoulders stoop a little, she glances at me with upturned eyes.
なんていうか。
Don't just stay quiet. You have something to ask, don't you?
すみません。
She apologizes as her body shrinks. So, what is it?
これって、
で
デートなんでしょうか?
A date? Even though all we're doing is walking home together?
お姉ちゃんが学校を一緒に帰るのはデートみたいなものだって何の気もなければ一緒に帰ったりなんてしないって。だから、
Her eyes dart side to side in a fluster as if she's perplexed by what she herself said. Then,
すみません。迷惑ですよね。
this is the conclusion she had reached.
私、こういうのって初めてで、どんなこと話せばいいかわからないし。
Sadness.
でも、岡崎くんに誘ってもらえて、すごく嬉しかったんですけど、やっぱりつまらないですよね。私なんかと一緒に帰っても。すみません。
You know, I scratch my head and sigh. Want to take a detour somewhere? I start walking, leaving behind Fujibayashi, who's at a loss. It takes a bit of time, but I start hearing footsteps behind me. After a while, Fujibayashi is walking next to me. You know, this might not be appropriate to say, but your sister's pretty popular, right?
はい。
Since you two are twins, you look exactly alike. So don't you think you have that potential too?
そうでしょうか。
I mean, they have completely different eye colors. Well, it's just a random thought of mine. Which makes me think that they're not identical twins, hence they don't necessarily have to look completely alike. But it really depends on how you think about it, no? Just like now, like just now, I don't think it's good that you see everything negatively.
すみません。
I don't think you should apologize right away like that too.
すみま...
She almost apologizes again, but quickly silences herself. Seeing how she's timidly looking at me, I burst out in laughter. How about if you try to look at things in a more positive light?
前向きですか?
Yeah, your pessimism comes from your personality, so you probably can't do anything about that, but I think you can probably change the way you think.
はい。
See, we're walking home together right now. If I really didn't want to, I wouldn't be walking next to you right now. Have a little more confidence in yourself. That's right. Even though I'm walking home with Fujibayashi because Kyou had asked me, I'm the one who made the decision. It's not like she forced me into doing it. I had the choice to refuse.
自信
I don't think that is necessarily the right argument on Tomoya's side, but yeah, like you really shouldn't like feel so down about herself.
はい。うまくできるかわからないですけど、その岡崎くんがそう言ってくれるなら、頑張ってみます。
Yeah. So what now?
え?
Anywhere you wanted to go?
あ、
Again, she looks down at the ground with her shoulders stooped. Weren't you going to try your best? Don't put her on the spot. Genetically identical twins can have different eye colors because DNA sequences don't determine traits. Ah, okay. Modern science has revealed epigenetic mechanisms that regulate characteristics of organisms. Eye and pigment colors mostly affected by melanin production associated genes. Every one of these genes are alternatively spliced. Splice variants are regulated by epigenetic factors such as... Okay. Alright, okay. That's good to know. I did not know that. Thank you. Thank you. I was under the impression that like most of the features should be the same if they're identical twins, but yeah, okay. Sounds good. Anywhere is fine.
それじゃあ
Shouts, screams, and bangs bombard me from every direction. Lively electronic sounds can be heard everywhere. The game arcade, and the two of us are standing in front of a cabinet enclosed with a vinyl curtain. Photo stickers? Aww, they're the photo booth.
ホロスコープという占いなんです。
Hoax? What?
ホロスコープ、簡単に言うと、その天球地図のことなんです。
I don't get it.
あ、すみません。その天球地図というのは、ある瞬間の天空の様子を図式化したもので、それをもとに星々との位置関係を計算して、その人の運勢や未来とかを占うんです。ある瞬間というのは様々な例が挙げられるんですけど、占いに使うのはその人が生まれた時の天球地図を使うのが多いです。
Well, like I said, I don't get it.
その
Make it concise and easy to understand.
星占いです。
There we go. Just say so in the first place. So, you want to try that?
その
Her eyes look hesitant, as if she's trying to gauge my feelings. However, it seems her mind is already one with the fortune-telling cabinet, and she's glancing in its direction. She's probably holding back because of me. Jeez, I sigh and walk forward. There was a short, pitiful sound. What are you doing? Aren't we doing it? The fortune-telling? A different sound than the one just now. Fujibayashi trots along behind me. I flip over the vinyl curtain and stand in front of the cabinet. As the curtain blocks the light outside, the inside of the cabinet is illuminated only by the monitor's bluish-white light. It feels like we're in this mysterious space. Faint background music is playing. On the monitor, the planets of the solar system, Earth included, spin around the sun. Oh, this is so pretty. This is a nice atmosphere. Oh, she's so sweet.
はい。
Is it
どう
accurate?
でしょう。私もこういうものでするのは初めてですから。
I see. Well, 300 yen for 2 people having their fortune told together, huh?
はい。
It's okay, I'll pay. I stopped Fujibayashi, who's trying to take her wallet out, and grab some coins from my pocket. Once I insert the money, the planets on the monitor gather in the center as if they are being sucked in by the sun. I then hit the start button. The screen fades to white and a name input screen is shown. What do we do to type our names in?
きっとこの水晶玉で入力するんだと思います。
This? In the center of the cabinet is an artificial crystal ball. Looks like we type our names in by rolling it. The cursor, shaped like a feather, begins to move as the crystal ball rotates. Once we have finished typing in our names, it moves on to a gender selection menu. The symbols, masculine and feminine, are now floating on the screen. Well, this isn't anything difficult. I move the cursor toward masculine and hit the enter button. Next, I need to punch in my date and time of birth. Wait, how am I supposed to know when exactly I was born?
あ、それは大まかな時間で、いいと思います。
I guess. In that case, I'll just throw something in there. Yeah, let's say I was born at 9 AM. Next, the map of Japan is shown on the monitor, where I was born. On the top left corner of the screen, the latitude and longitude of where the cursor is pointed at is shown.
それも大まかでいいと思います。
Yeah. Well, I was probably born in the area, so let's just say about here. I wonder what I was supposed to do if I was born outside the country. The monitor flashes white and the name input menu is shown once again. There, it's your turn.
はい。
Fujibayashi places her hand on the crystal ball in a panic.
あ、
With difficulty, she moves the cursor to enter her name. She passes by her name several times and finally arrives with the letters Ryo on the screen. It took her twice as long as it took me. Next are the masculine and feminine symbols. What's the matter?
いえ、大丈夫です。
She says and moves the crystal ball. The cursor shakily moves towards the masculine symbol. Are you like that? That symbol is for guys.
違います。私、女です。
Could it be that you don't know what these symbols mean?
時々間違えるんです。
Yeah, that's fine.
よく似てるので。
They do? Besides, didn't you see me picking masculine just now? Okay, the one for guys has something like an arrow pointing out, right?
はい。
That represents an arrowhead.
矢尻ですか？
Which means, since it's something used for hunting, it represents men.
なるほど。
Oh, so that's what it means. Does that make it easier to remember?
はい。とても覚えやすいです。
So, which one are you picking? It really bugged me if you picked male.
こっちです。
In a flurry, Fujibayashi quickly rolls the crystal, moving the cursor to the feminine symbol. Then the screen for inputting the date and time of birth appears. Again, she inputs her details one character at a time with shaky, uncertain movements. September 9th, huh?
はい。
Fujibayashi nods as she inputs her time of birth. The cursor wavers about unevenly, but it is moving with a clear purpose. You actually know when you were born?
はい。お母さんに聞きましたから。
Why would you ask her that?
占いには必要だと思ったので。
She did her research thoroughly. Do you do this kind of fortune telling yourself?
はい。時々。
I see. I bet it's way off. I swallow the words before I say them. Since she's doing this because she likes to, it'd be mean for me to say it. Well, at least you are aware of it. After a bit of time, Fujibayashi finishes inputting her place of birth too. Once again, the monitor turns white and moves to the next screen. Text appears against a twinkling starry backdrop. It's the fortune-telling's menu. There are multiple options presented on the screen, and the very first option among them, your relationship, huh? Friends, lovers, married. Oh no, why are you doing this to me? Oh no. Oh no. We're obviously just friends right now, right? So I should probably not mess anything up by choosing that. I move the feather cursor and click on the word friends. It's this one, right?
Hi.
The menu's text fades away, leaving only the stars and the night sky on the screen. Shortly thereafter, text again appears on the night sky on the screen. Please place your hands on the crystal ball, huh? It's referring to the crystal ball used to move the cursor just now, right? I lay my hand on the crystal ball. What's wrong? She has to put her hand there too, so she's gonna touch your hand, so that's embarrassing, and yeah. If you don't put your hand on there, it's not going to continue. With my prompting, Fujibayashi timidly lays her hand on top of mine. I feel a gentle and soft sensation on the back of my hand. Your hand's pretty warm. Hey, don't let go now. We can't continue if you do. Once again, her hand gently lays on top of mine. Perhaps because she's aware that our hands are overlapping, her palm feels just a little stiffer. I'm pressing confirm. I check once again that Fujibayashi's hand is laid on top of mine by feeling for its warmth and press the confirm button. The planets emerge on the screen, and around the sun they revolve once again. The background music switches to a mysterious sounding track. As the curtain tucks us away from the outside world, the atmosphere actually feels rather legitimate. Fortune tellers in their shop probably give off the same atmosphere too. Fujibayashi looks at me. Her eyes look as if she's struck with wonder. No, rather, she's struck with wonder. As proof, the stiffness that I felt in her hand has completely disappeared. Suddenly a change occurs in the world inside the monitor. The planets which had been revolving around the sun now start to separate to opposite ends of the screen. Then they blink several times and start to fade away. At almost exactly the same time, the crystal ball which we laid our hands on starts to glow faintly. Before long, all the planets have completely disappeared and the sun draws near us. The sun accelerates toward us, expanding to cover the monitor and turns the screen white. Oh? The screen fades into a scene of shooting stars streaming across the night sky. Then the names which we entered earlier appear on the screen. Furthermore, words. Looks like the results are out. I look to my side and find Fujibayashi staring intently at the monitor. We can perhaps even say she's pouring herself into it. It might actually make me kinda jealous to know that she has something like that. It doesn't matter if it's a game or fortune-telling, it is something that doesn't necessarily appeal to everyone. I don't have anything like that.
Okazaki-kun?
Eh?
どうしたんですか?
What do you mean?
その難しい顔してました。
Oh, I'm sorry.
多分そんなに悪い結果ではないと思うんですけど。
Sorry, enter. Fujibayashi glances back at the monitor. And as if lured by her, I also did the same. This week, the two of you will have some good conversations, and you will finally understand each other's feelings. The two of you are like-minded, so if you can find common interests and go together to different places, you will surely have a meaningful, enjoyable time together. However, you must not get ahead of yourself. If you attempt to take control, it may only serve to serve to distance the two of you. There we go. Rather than being too serious, spend your time together as friends. Your lucky items are a stuffed toy and picnic sheets. Your lucky color is white. Well, it's true that the results are not bad. As I murmur, the text on the screen fades away, leaving behind only the starry night sky. In the bottom of the cabinet, around where my knee is, there is a sound of something, perhaps a receipt, being printed out. Huh? Something's coming out.
結果です。今の占いがプリントされたんです。
I see. Finally, the results are completely printed out. I look at Fujibayashi, whose hand reaches out for it.
もうこれ
I don't really want it.
じゃあその私もらってもいいですか
I don't really mind, but what are you doing with it?
その
It's a keepsake! Jesus, what kind of question is that?
ファイリングしま
She's
す
gonna file it, oh.
ファイリングするんです
I know there are people who collect printed stickers and file them, but I think there's a girl who collects the results from fortune-telling games.
やっぱり変でしょうか
If it's her hobby, like, why not? Nah, it doesn't really matter, does it? These sorts of things differ from people to people. It's kind of like a memento, no?
はい
Yeah, there we go. He got it. She nods. Suddenly, her eyes widen as if she just realized something. What's wrong?
新しいバインダーを買わないと
She needs a new binder. For filing?
はい新しいジャンルですので
What? Astrological fortunes? Leaving that aside, does that mean she has just as many binders as there are types of fortune telling?
いえホロスコープ用のバインダーはあるんですけどその
But
いや
this is special because it's Tamoya-kun. She suddenly blushes and looks down at the ground. If it's hard for you to say, you don't have to force yourself, you know?
はい
Fujibayashi takes out a clear file from her bag, puts the sheet of fortune-telling results in it neatly such that it will not crimp, and puts it back inside her bag. Let's go then.
はい
It was a small detour, but we are back on the road for home once again. The shadows on the ground now stretch even longer than earlier. Hey, tell me my luck tomorrow.
はいでは
Fujibayashi pulls her deck of cards from her pocket. She then clumsily holds them out to me as she's walking.
どうぞ
Yes, I'll take this one. I pull out the card. It's the two of spades.
これまでと変わらない安定した日になります
I see. I have already given up hope on Fujibayashi's fortunes. This probably means I'll probably be involved in some sort of trouble tomorrow. Thanks. I'll be careful.
気をつける
Nah, never mind. Pretend you didn't hear that. Alright. Then it's a new day. It's a new day. And we are going to save here. This was stream 15, right? I think it's a good place to leave it for now. My throat is starting to feel really scratchy from talking, so... Yes. It's, there we go. It's a good stopping place. Thank you so much for being there, Beatrice. Always nice to have you around. This was really fun. Cannot wait to see how this progresses. We'll get back at it next Tuesday. And I will see you again on Thursday with some Skyward Sword. I'm excited. So yeah. And my light stayed purple the whole stream. I'm very happy about that. I chose purple on purpose for today because the Fujibayashi sisters have purple hair, so I thought I would be in theme with them. So yeah, nice that it worked out. Thanks for being there, guys. Take care. Yeah, thank you. Take care. Have a lovely evening, and hope your week started well and it will progress well. And I'll see you Thursday again. Take care. Bye bye.